All right, so to close out the show, just going to give a quick COVID update since we didn't talk about it at the top of the show, but I'm sure it'll change. That's why I didn't talk about it to the end. But yeah, so essentially, I think you put here that over 70 players tested positive. 72 players tested positive for COVID-19. J.J. Watt actually gave an update on the whole situation, saying we still don't know basically anything. Hold on, let me see. Let me find a tweet.
Posted it on our IG too, so you can read it.
He said, "Here's what we know and don't know. We want to play. We want to be as safe as possible. We have not received a single valid infectious disease emergency response from any team in the league. We don't know if there are preseason games or not. We don't know if there will be daily testing, semi-daily testing, etc. We don't know how a potential positive COVID test would affect contracts, roster spots, etc. Nothing has been agreed upon regarding what training camp will actually look like and how the ramp-up period will actually work." And with that, I'll also add, today, I believe they said if a player tests positive for COVID, they'll be on the IR for 3 weeks.
Yes, indeed.
Which is a lot, which is a long time. But that gives teams roster flexibility because that won't count as a roster spot.
Yeah, but you know what else is a lot?
And the other thing that they announced today is last week we talked about a escrow fund where 35% of players' salary would be held in a fund based on how much revenue the NFL loses. If they lose a lot, they'll take from that fund. If they play the full season, they'll give that fund to the players. The players rejected that immediately, and now the owners have come back and said, well, then we're just going to lower the salary cap $40 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So that's where we stand right now with COVID. As far as what develops, I think we're going to know in probably the next week or two because training camps are supposed to be starting. And with the other sports going on right now.
Rookies just supposed to report in 48 hours.
Yeah, and the other sports are going on right now. NBA starts next week. WNBA and NHL start the following week. MLS is already going. Women's soccer is already going. So
baseball starts up when?
Luckily, soccer hasn't had any increased tests outside of that first wave where they had to essentially kick 2 teams out. They haven't had anything else pop up since then, so that's some promising data. But football's a whole totally different game than all those sports, so who the fuck knows?
One sport you can't social distance.
All right, man. With that, you want to start with the rants, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into these rants.
Okay, hurry up.
Again, shout out to Jay-Z's 92 bricks that got lost that were used and flipped to pay for Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones' contracts. And since I was the first person to say that on Twitter, and I added Joe Budden and I added Jay-Z in that shit, whatever leftover funds from those bricks, you could just, Zelle that. You could just Zelle that shit to me. Or hit my Cash App. Oh shit! I'm gonna just read off my Cash App right now for everyone who's just curious. $ Kenny FJ Beasy. You can just go ahead and
Is that really your Cash App name?
Yep. You can just hit my Cash App. $ Kenny FJ Beasy. Just go ahead. Just bless it whatever you think it needs to be blessed with. And I'll return the favor somewhere down the line. I don't know. I'll shout you out on the air. But speaking of shit that's disrespectful and a lot, Tre'Davious White only got an 89 after having an all-pro season. And when you compare his stats to Stephon Gilmore's stats, who got a 99, he's 10 points lower. 10 points lower than Gilmore. But Gilmore actually gave up a touchdown, and Tre'Davious White didn't. Oh, and the Raiders passed on Tre'Davious White. You know what they took? Garyon Conley. I was screaming, oh my God, take the fucking LSU corner. He's a 4-year senior and a captain at LSU, and everyone says he's one of the best LSU corner to come through since Patrick Peterson, and you took Garyon Conley. You didn't even take the best Ohio State corner that you couldn't get Lattimore. but could have got your Tre'Davious White, and you took Conley. Oh, and somehow Tremaine Edwards, linebacker, who actually had a pretty great sophomore year, only got an 80. I just want to know what these people are smoking with these Madden ratings.
Pass that shit over here.
Honestly, yes, because Aaron Rodgers didn't even get a 90. He got an 89. How do you give a Drew Brees a 93 rating and Aaron Rodgers an 89? When just person to person,
not off film,
Aaron Rodgers is insanely talented till this day. Has more arm strength than anyone in Drew Brees' family, dating back to his grandfathers who served in the war. How the fuck do you sit? It's like if I walked up to. It's like if Michael walked up to Meg Thee Stallion and said, "I think I got a higher vertical than you," but still didn't jump to her eye level. That's essentially what just happened with these Madden ratings. They just said, let's just bullshit everybody. It's just really disrespectful. I forget what Cam Newton's was, but I'm on the Madden website right now, and the shit just makes me really upset. J.J. Watt somehow still has a 98 overall, though. He's higher than Khalil Mack. I don't understand that one.
I'm going to let you finish, but I'm just going to let you know you already have 4 minutes.
That's cool because I'm about to wrap it up. Lamar Jackson, you should probably just give him a 99 speed rating, but he's a 94. But hey, it is what it is. And mostly, fuck y'all for how y'all did Ezekiel Elliott because he only has a 92 speed rating. And he's the same as Nick Chubb, but Chubb is faster than him. But in real life, Ezekiel Elliott ran a 4.48. Yet all these running backs have faster speed ratings than him. And Richard Sherman has 87 speed. But whatever. I'm done. I'm pretty much don't have shit else to say.
Well, that was for sure your worst rant ever.
Nah.
190 episodes.
Nah, I'm tired of Madden, just doing dumb shit. It's just dumb to give people horrible ratings. That's how I know they're fucking nerds and they never played sports. Cause you're not giving people their just due. Okay, if you don't watch the NFL Combine and a dude runs a 4.25, I don't care if he can't catch. Give him his proper speed rating. Henry Ruggs ran a fast-ass 40. 4.28, but somehow has 87 agility, which makes no sense because if you watch him at Alabama, he was lightning quick too. But literally, he has the same speed, agility, and acceleration rating as Darius Hayward-Bay. So I really don't have a lot of. I'm kind of nervous.
All right, man. For me, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say this week. I was just thinking about this.
So you full of shit? Cool.
I was editing some video this week, and I don't really edit video. I don't know. I just don't edit video. I'm not an on-air person. I don't like to be in front of the camera that much. But for various reasons, I was editing video this week. And, it just surprised me how easy it was. I forgot how easy it was. And then I remembered, oh, shit. When I was bored in fucking high school, I used to fucking cut sports take videos and edit them. Oh, shit. I used to make highlight reels for my fucking fantasy teams. Oh, shit. I used to do this shit all the time. That's why it's just muscle memory. And so for me, I thought about that. And then I thought about everything else that I'm doing as far as the podcast, as far as the newsletter, as far as, writing, as far as working in PR full time. And I was just man, I'm kind of exactly like my dad is with cars, but with media. My dad's a used car person. So he can pretty much fix anything on a car. He's not an expert at anything, so that kind of undercuts him. But he knows plenty of experts and can refer you to the right person. And so for me, it just kind of come back to something that we always talk about adjacently on this show, which is no matter like what, you always somehow end up like your parents. So that was just my takeaway from the week. With that, shout out to everyone who listened to this podcast. You can find it on your favorite podcast app, as well as the Good News Sports app and FBC Radio and X Squad affiliates app. You can tap in with us, TDs_tangents on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Pete Certified.
I'm at Ozo Grande, OZO Grande. And yeah, my cash app is $, Kenny FJBZ.
And shout out to the
I told you about Jay-Z's 92
shout
bricks.
out to the big news we got coming out in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that, man. Got something exciting.
Shout out to these trash ass Madden ratings. How does Melvin Gordon have a faster speed rating than Ezekiel Elliott?
Shout out to Sarah wherever she is. I just wanted to drop that.
I missed that one. How is Kyler Murray 1 point ahead of like all the rookies? How's Carson Wentz at 84?
All right, man. This dude's just gonna keep doing this.
How's he at 84 when Baker Mayfield